everyone, welcome back to the channel if you're new. Had a day off filming. Actually, that technically, no I didn't. I had a day off filming, like vlogging, but yesterday I did actually film the podcast, and then I just needed a break. To be honest with you, the editing is a lot of work. So I spent the whole morning yesterday filming the podcast at the workshop, and then this morning I thought, right, I was up quite early, and sorry, I'm so rude. In case you're wondering, I'm actually chopping up yesterday's barbecue chicken, because Lawrence and I it's lunchtime here. We're having chicken and mayonnaise and hopefully sweet corn sandwiches. I feel a bit hoarse today, so I'm multitasking because I thought, let me just quickly chat to you guys, otherwise it's not going to happen. Anyway, so this morning I went up to edit the podcast thinking, yeah, it's going to be a quick one, because, you know, I don't have like a whole montage of things and overlays of music and everything. Actual fact, it took ages. I've been up there in my craft room the whole morning, and which is fine, but I've been spending quite a lot of time on YouTube focus lately, and yeah, life sort of feels like it's passing me by a bit when I get in this kind of mode. So didn't actually vlog yesterday. That's the essence of the story I'm telling you right now. I thought, let me just pick up the camera. I've literally come downstairs from filming, sorry, not filming, editing, and make a sandwich. I thought, right, let's just have a little quick chit chat with you guys, check in with you, see how you're all doing. But we've got, I mentioned this in the last vlog, but we've got a bank holiday today in Holland. I actually cannot for the life of me remember what it's called in English, but it's in the Netherlands today is Pinkster. Yeah, Pinkster. By the time I edit this, I will have looked up what Pinkster actually is, and you will see some writing appear somewhere on the screen. I didn't know what it was. Hemelvaart. It's something to do with Jesus rising or something, because we had a bank holiday last week, I think it was called Hemelvaart, which was Ascension Day. So whatever comes after Ascension Day, which I can't quite think of right now, my head is completely full and I've just drawn a complete blank. But anyway, I'll look it up. And yet again, we're experiencing amazing weather here. So hopefully this afternoon we can go out. We can't go out on the bike, unfortunately. Jack is hovering here I've got like little chicken pieces for him, so, and he's such a good catch. So I'm gonna, and he caught it. If you watch, I don't know if it was last vlog or the one before, one of the recent vlogs, you'll know that Lawrence and I, and William, had a beautiful bike ride around our village one evening, and I really, really enjoyed it. Lawrence had just got his bike back from the menders, the repair shop, and he had it serviced and new tyres, and it needed a lot of work doing on it. And unfortunately, he when William's friend Flores was here the other night, and Lawrence and William cycled him back home. He literally was behind us, but they went out, and oops, and the chain fell off Lawrence's bike. So it's not a case of sticking it back on, it's a case of it actually needs a link taken out of it. So a bit annoying. Can't go out for a family cycle, but anyway, it's fine. Might go out on the boat, we'll see. Lawrence is outside at the moment. He wants to do a bit of making woodworking, so I'll show you the plants in a minute because they're thriving, the seedlings. Okay, I'm going to carry on making lunch because we're starving. up to? Lawrence is making a really nice planter for the garden. I think I've sort of mentioned he was working on some kind of project, but basically we have 3 of these big, they're called wheelie bins in the garden, and the only place that they can sit is at the back of the garden where the sofa is. It's just an eyesore. So I'd seen a planter, I think it was last year or the year before, a very small one, which is basically like a box and then like a trellis at the back, so you can plant climbers in it, and it basically makes like a screen. So anyway, he's been making his own. He was busy with it all day yesterday, off cuts of wood, so it's hardly cost anything. And it's got wheels, so we can when we need to take one of the bins out for emptying, we can just wheel it. And but it's not so high that you can't lift the lid and put things in. So far he's done a great job. If I get a chance, or if remember, I'll try and film it at some point. For sure, by the time it's finished, I will have shared it with you. Yeah, we barbecued again. We have barbecued 3 nights on the trot. This weather is still amazing. I think it's going to turn a bit later in the week, but it's fine. Just had an appointment with like the occupational health people to discuss my hours. I'm going to start increasing them gradually, so that's a good sign. I'm ticking a lot of their boxes, so we have to do it in like a controlled way, because yeah, I mean, imagine if I just, you know, turned really sick again, and they wasn't seen to have been putting enough sort of precautions in place, and on my side too. So it's good. Now, I enjoy those sessions. I've got a work coach at the moment who's very nice, very sort of practical and, you know, factual. I like working with facts. And the next appointment's with my doctor, who's also a really nice guy. So yeah, I'm feeling really positive, actually. It's like I feel like I'm getting back to normal again. Although, speaking of normal, my stomach is still killing me. It is so sore. There's definitely like a gastrovirus going around. I think there's a load of kids at the school have had it, and I just spoke to the work coach now, and she said, oh yeah, they've had it in their house. It's doing the rounds. I think it's also because of the heat as well. But yeah, I was awake at, I think it's about 3 o'clock this morning. It was like, oh, pain in my stomach. My stomach is so hard and bloated. It's really annoying me now. Okay, I think before I log on to work, I think it's coffee time, because I'm feeling a bit tired now. I'm not used to talking that for that long to somebody, apart from you guys, but it's not like a two-way conversation. So I'm tired, and also being awake at 3. So yeah. Oh, I don't know if you noticed, I forgot to mention this, I finally got round to giving my fringe a proper cut. I think it's fairly even. To watch the sides are a bit longer. Gave William a haircut too. I must admit, I'm quite pleased with it. If he pops in at some point, he's at school at the moment, I'll see if he'll show us. I literally just worked off the existing hairstyle, but anyway, he's happy with it. Okay, coffee and work. Lawrence just got ice cream. It's red hot here. Must be about 26, although it feels hotter. And I've just checked the forecast, and tomorrow is expecting 20, and then the next day 16, so it's going to like dramatically drop. And rain, which is not such a bad thing for the plants. But I can quickly show you the planter that he's making. Hold on. So that's the current view from our sofa. So all along the box, I'm going to line it obviously and plant it, and then he's going to build a frame as high as the top of the bins, put trellis, and then we'll put climbers in it. So really pleased with that, and it's on wheels. I was sat out here doing some crochet, but it's way too hot, so I'm going to come sit inside and eat my ice cream. And it's about 4 o'clock here, so I think I'm going to make fish and chips for dinner tonight. I think that's what I'll do. So, finished work for the day, and just on the way to the DIY shop, because the weather is going to be turning quite miserable according to the forecast, like rain and a lot of it, and all over the weekend. And Lawrence has almost finished the planter, so I need to get at least one coat of paint on it now, just to sort of weatherproof it, because it's only, it's like cheap pine, you know, I've already mentioned we made it from cheap leftover offcuts, so that's what I'm on the way to do. And I'm not bothering with the whole undercoating and whatever, it's a plant pot basically. But it looks quite good, I'm quite pleased with it. Can't wait to get it all planted now. I'm not sure when that will happen, because we've got to line it all and then get a load of dirt to put in it, and then obviously choose the plants. So anyway, first things first, paint. Oh, and it's quite busy here in the car park. Joy. Sorry, the dishwasher is on next to me. It's gurgling away. I still absolutely hate the dishwasher, but we've not got round to getting to IKEA yet. I'd rather just hold that off now. I saw the queues in the UK of people waiting to get in IKEA and McDonald's. It's like, no, really, I couldn't be bothered. But it's raining here. I was going to pop out and check the box, the planter. It looks good. You can just have a quick look, because I don't think it's heavy rain, it's just spitting. And I've got sweater on today because it's a lot cooler. It's been all week, and I think it's going to get even cooler tomorrow. Strange today. So William's at school, as you already know, but Lawrence has gone into the office. So yeah, don't know how I feel about that. It doesn't have to, it's optional. They've given allocated days to people, and if they want to go in, they can. And but there are some like physical things that he needs to go in and do with machinery. He works in computers, IT, and that he wants to do. And he's assured me he's going to take every precaution, and these all the facilities in the office. It's only a small office that he's working in. You know, for sanitising and stuff, and I don't know, on one hand I think it'll do him good, but on the other hand I'm very sort of concerned about it. But then again, he's been popping to the DIY store almost every other day to build his planter. So anyway, let's go and have a look at the planter, and then we'll go and have a look at we'll do veg cam, because my vegetables are growing a treat, to the point where I don't know what to do with them now. I don't know, am I supposed to replant them? Because if you recall, the cucumbers didn't survive when I replanted them. Anyway, let's have a look. Hopefully it's not raining too hard. Oh dear, the frogs are at it. So, there's the planter. It's quite nice. It's dried lovely. I'm going to give it one coat. It was actually more of an expensive paint, so in theory one coat's enough. I didn't undercoat it. And then behind is some trellis is going to sit behind it, which I won't paint. fine after his little operation yesterday. Lawrence picked him up, I think it was about between 4 and 5, and he wasn't even groggy. The anaesthetic had completely worn off. Bit grumpy, a little bit grumpy, but hungry, starving, and the vet had said, don't give him, sorry, I've just been holding him so I've got fur on me. The vet had said, don't feed him for a couple of hours, you know, just to make sure the anaesthetic has worn off, but yeah, that boy was hungry, so we fed him, he was fine. And because of the location of the wound, he can't wear a cone, but the vet clipped his nails, so he can't scratch. And then I think in a week or 10 days the stitches are coming out, so looks all right. Shh, come here, come say hello, come here. Here he is, teddy bear. Ooh, he's purring. You can see I've picked him up and his ears are down, which is not like him, so he's still very cautious, but he's purring. Hey, say hi to everybody. Oh, hello everyone. Teddy bear. Just watch out the window for birds. You can see where it was. Yes, I'll put you down now. Okay. Oh, he's heavy. Yes, he's had 2 breakfasts this morning and he's still asking for food. Unbelievable. But anyway, she said that it was actually a growth. It wasn't like a blood vessel that we assumed it was. It was definitely a growth of the non-threatening kind. So yeah, she's chopped it off. She will send it away just to have a quick look. But she said, no, just one of those things. Could have been scar tissue that's just formed. And yeah, apart from that, in great health. So super happy. Just have to watch, because if it is scar tissue, it could come back, you know. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge. If it does, I'm not gonna send him in again. I mean, he's 10 this year, so he's not a kitten, but I mean, he's not getting any younger, is he? Okay, I'm gonna finish my coffee in my Christmas mug, because I can, and then I'm going to go upstairs to work. And I've got no coffee helpers today. Lawrence normally pops up mid-morning with a coffee for me, or if William's around. But yeah, Joshua of course is in bed sleeping, as most teenagers do. To the weather, it's poured down all morning. I wanted to get out and off to the market like almost when it was opening, but I wasn't venturing out in it. I mean, literally poured down, and now it's just like raining. But I've checked like the rain radar that we have in Holland, and hopefully by the time I get to the market it should have almost stopped. So I've no idea what's on. I'm not going to film there, because maybe there's not even any market stalls on there, the ones that I need. So if there is something, I'll film it, and then it'll be the next vlog. I'll show you what I bought if I buy anything. But I thought I'd just tune in for a little chit chat before I end the vlog. And hope you've all had a good week. Yeah, there's something I feel, I don't know, I was sort of torn between addressing something or not, because, you know, I try and keep the channel sort of a bit light-hearted. I know that a lot of people, as with myself, we tune into YouTube just to sort of escape things a little bit, you know, just sit, watch something mindless, you know, hopefully something to make us laugh, or, you know, just have a little time out from the world. But you know, especially with the whole COVID situation, I have referred to it because, you know, I am pretty convinced I had it, and it has been part of our reality since March, the whole world, and we're still going through it right now. But I've tried to sort of not go on too much about it. for the simple fact that, you know, we're all, you know, a lot of us are going through anxiety and we're afraid, and people, our loved ones, have been affected by it. Maybe some of us have even lost loved ones. So anyway, but then this week, on top of all the horrible virus things, you know, we've had this poor man, George Floyd in America, who lost his life in a terrible situation. And, you know, it's evoked a lot of emotions. You know, I've seen a lot of stuff on social media that, you know, has really sort of disgusted me, frankly, but also moved me and given me hope, and yeah, a lot of feelings. And I thought, you know, I will just mention it because this is what's happening in my reality right now. You know, like it or not, we're in the middle of a COVID pandemic, and you know, there's this horrible injustice that's been going on in the US, but also around the world. But also not just the Black Lives Matters movement, but everything. You know, there's things come to the forefront in the news and they're addressed, and you know, rightly so. You know, rightly so. But there's also stuff going on around the world that, you know, doesn't get addressed, which comes down to the same thing, which is like lack of equality, really, basically. And you know, I'm not going to start going on about, you know, all the terrible things that are going on around the world. The point I'm making is what I've done with my children in particular is instilled in them since they were babies, since I could have a conversation with them, that, you know, we're all equal. Don't judge, don't prejudge anybody. What matters is, firstly, that you're educated. You educate yourself to what's going on around you, and if you see an injustice, you speak up. That's what I say to the boys. Even if you feel you can't do something, there's plenty you can do. You can educate yourself, you can educate others. And you know, there's plenty of charities out there at the moment who are asking for donations. Maybe you want to protest. Yeah, every little action helps, makes a difference. So, on that note, guys, I hope you've all had a great week, and I hope you're all going to have a fantastic week ahead of you, and I hope you're all safe, and thanks for tuning in again. And don't forget, as usual, if you want to say hello to me, I do have an email account, and some lovely ladies emailed me, and I'm very rubbish at checking my email, so I have got on top of that, and I am going to start checking it more often. So if you're watching, girls, I did reply, and I'm sorry for my tardiness. Okay guys, I'll see you in the next vlog.